My name's Denice Traina, and I'd like to represent you in District 1 as a commissioner right here on the 8th floor. I believe that I possess the skills necessary to work with other commissioners, our mayor, business interests, our directors of departments, and I believe that I have an idea of what it is that you would like for Augusta. It's important that we use the resources we have in Augusta and that we appreciate the needs and concerns of our constituents, of our residents, and listen to what folks are telling us. I believe as a commissioner that my foremost responsibility to you is as a taxpayer. I, as a taxpayer, share your concerns about how your money is spent, and it is up to me as your commissioner to be able to articulate well to you how it is that we're using your taxpayer dollars. I believe that I should communicate with you regularly on a monthly basis, aside from the meetings that you see here downtown. But I also believe that I should make the effort to go out into the community, and I would inform you of where I would be on a monthly basis so that you could come eyeball to eyeball and sit down and tell me what you think is going on and if I'm doing a good job or if there are some needs that you think are being ignored. I would pledge to you that I would take very seriously how your tax dollars are being spent, and that I would poll you and any opportunities I would have on my website or personally as to progress that's being made, and in order to hear issues that you feel are important to the city that perhaps haven't been given enough attention. Some of the issues might be expanding our bus system. I believe strongly that in order to have a healthy economy here, we need to bring in businesses, bring in jobs, but provide adequate, safe, convenient transportation. Right now we have workers at the Georgia Health Science University that are at least numbered at least 10,000 employees that every day have to wonder where they're going to be parking. There's a shortage of parking there. There's a shortage of parking at times downtown during some of our large events. I want to be able to have people move from Fort Gordon to downtown freely. I would like to see that bus line reinstated. I would also, from talking with folks at local bus stops, at the depot, in my neighborhood, share the folks' view that we need a longer expanded time for bus service, and that would be till midnight. Many folks that work in the hospitals or in bigger, the plants, sometimes folks come in, they call in sick, so they need extra coverage. A lot of these folks are having difficult times with transportation because of that. This economy and paying almost $4 a gallon for gas really is an opportune time to revamp and get people more accustomed to using the bus system. But even so, right now today, we'd have workers that need to use the system. We have the elderly folks who are going to regular visits to public services, to receive public services, whether it's in downtown or out west a little bit. We also have students, ASU, Augusta Tech, Georgia Health Science University, that need to travel around town and have difficulties doing that right now. I believe that in terms of bringing business to our city, there are many ways that we can go about this, and we should work hand in hand with our chamber and with our state representatives, our delegation, at looking at what businesses are most suitable for Georgia and most suitable especially for Augusta. One of the ideas that I would like to share is the idea of bringing in energy and having us be a leader in energy production here in Augusta. Manufacturing energy using different kinds of substances, and one of the most common substances that is easy to grow is switchgrass. It's a product that farmers would not have to use many of their resources as water and fertilizer and the like in order to get a product that then could be converted by the assistance of a biotech company which could be located in Augusta. I would imagine seeing farmers in the Burke County area, for instance, growing switchgrass and being able to sell their product to this entity in order to change that into a source of energy. We could be a leader in this in our region, and I think we possess the tools to do that. I'd love to see those jobs come here. In terms of housing, we have a shortage of what we would call affordable housing, and I would wholly support the initiatives that are being used to support what we would call mixed use housing, mixed use in business. For instance, the 15th Street Kroger, there's been a lot of talk about moving the Kroger out and moving in Walmart. Whether we do Kroger or Walmart, I would first suggest Kroger because of their history of being professional in their dealings with their workers in terms of a living wage and in terms of advancement within their companies. Now, even if and let's assume we build a new Kroger or we revitalize that Kroger, I would suggest that we modernize it or present a mixed-use character to it by providing, imagine if we had the second story where students could have Wi-Fi and a coffee shop kind of atmosphere. We would be inviting and welcoming to the student population while providing the folks in that neighborhood the access to a grocery like we've had in the past. Standing in front of the Golf and Garden space, as you can see, it's a wide open green space. And in thinking about what we might want to put here, I would like us to consider some recreational use, possibly canoes, paddle boats. You know, this could become our Central Park, our Piedmont Park, an area with a large walking track space, with picnic areas and areas for recreation, active recreation. Perhaps a course for the disc golf folks, and an area where families could have an open playground. There are playgrounds now that are made for adults and children, and I think we could consider that, and let's look at that model that's happening across the nation and perhaps use this space for that. I would really like to see this more open to recreation because I think it would attract tourism and local folks to be able to enjoy it. Living in our neighborhoods and feeling safe, I want to congratulate our police department on providing the community policing initiative, and I fully support it. I think we've seen a difference. Well, I know we've seen a difference, and after speaking to officers as well as neighbors, that in the Harrisburg neighborhood, having the 2 community police officers available and visible, that violent crime has decreased. Now, we do know that it makes a big difference when you know the police officers, like we know Officer Harvey, in our neighborhood. It makes a difference. They know you, they know your cars, they know the normal transit patterns in the neighborhood. So we need to see that in every neighborhood, and I would fully support doing that. A long-term goal, I would feel like, and after, again, speaking with other folks, is that, you know, it used to be that you would see a car with 2 officers in it. When we see the revenues go up and are able to supply our police force with even more stability, I think putting 2 officers in each car again would be a wonderful long-term goal, and I would fully support that effort. We all know, and we just need to remember and remind ourselves and remind our neighbors and families and friends that the best deterrent to crime in our neighborhoods is to pick up the phone whenever you see something suspicious. Realize that you only have to give a location. It's best if you can give your name and your phone number so they can get back to you for follow-up information. But you can tell them that you want to remain anonymous, and you will be helping not only the police, but you and your family, protect your family and your property by picking up the phone and letting the authorities know when you see suspicious activity. Don't wait till something is over with. Call while you see suspicious activity, and that way the police have the best chance of really apprehending someone and keeping our communities safer for us and our families. And remember, your kitchen is my headquarters. Vote Denice Traina District 1 Commissioner.